Today we're going to be making corn chowder in the Fagor 3-in-1. We're going to start off by making a broth out of the corn cobs. We're using the Quart corn zipper, one of our favorite tools. It's actually one of the few single-use tools that I really like. It just does a great job of getting the corn right off the cob with very little mess. Super easy. Then we're going to take this, just break that in half, and then I have the cobs from 3 other corn cobs in here, right in the pot. So it has a little bit of, it's 5 cups of water with a little bit of dill, a little bit of sage, you could use a little bit of thyme or any combination thereof, 1 white onion, a little bit of salt, and just a little pour of olive oil in there, just to kind of help spread the flavors. So now we're going to lock the lid into place. So we're going to set it for 20 minutes, hit the on button, and then we'll come back when it's done. We'll see you in a few and show you what it looks like. So this just beeped to let us know that it's done. So I've turned it off. Now we're going to release the steam. You want to stand back when you do that, obviously, and not have it right under something. Another way to release the steam is to turn it off and let it come down naturally for about 10 minutes, and then you won't get quite as much of this. That's good when you're doing things like rice and beans, stuff like that. Give this a second. There's a safety feature. You can't open it until all the pressure is released. Alrighty. So there we go. So there's the broth. We're just going to strain it. There you go. And we're just going to put this right back in. So now we're going to cook the rest of the chowder, and this we're actually going to do on low pressure instead of high pressure for about 3 minutes. That's really all it takes. Here I have 2 diced carrots and about 3/4 pound of potato. I'm going to add just a little bit of oil to the cooker. I didn't even really bother cleaning it because it's going to be the same flavors in there. So this is all just going to go right in there. And then my secret ingredient for this is either Marash or Aleppo pepper. The Aleppo is a little bit less spicy. Depends on what you like. If you want a bit more heat, then go with the Marash, but that just adds a really nice texture to it. So I'm going to saute that in here. I like to hold this steady with a hot pad while I stir real quick. Now the broth that we made really just got all the essence of that corn out, so it's got this really nice sweet corn flavor to it. We're going to add a little more salt in there. Give it another quick little stir. And then to keep a nice chunky chowder texture, we're going to just barely cover this with broth. And then again, we'll put the lid back on, and it'll come up to pressure. And we'll see you in a few minutes, and we'll finish making the chowder. So it's done with the potatoes and the carrots. We're going to release the steam now again. And then we're going to take our leftover fresh corn that has not been cooked yet. It's really not going to, it's going to be sort of raw because this is going to be enough heat really to cook it. So we're going to do two things with that. So here you go. So we're going to take and put some of this into the Vitamix with some of the liquid. And then we're going to add some of the fresh corn as well. And I'm going to get a little more liquid in there. I do have some reserved broth here as well. If we need to thin it out, you could thin it out with a little bit of milk if you wanted to make it dairy, or you can just use extra broth and keep it vegan. Just put that in there. Just puree that. Oh, it's nice and thick, and those potatoes will help thicken it up really nicely. And then just pour it back in here. And then add the rest of the corn. And there you go. There you have fresh corn chowder from scratch, including the broth, in under an hour. Hope you enjoy that. Hope you love the Fagor 3-in-1 as much as we do. See you soon.
Thank you.
Today we're going to be making corn chowder in the Fagor 3-in-1. We're going to start off by making a broth out of the corn cobs. We're using the Quart corn zipper, one of our favorite tools. It's actually one of the few single-use tools that I really like. It just does a great job of getting the corn right off the cob with very little mess. Super easy. Then we're going to take this, just break that in half, and then I have the cobs from 3 other corn cobs in here, right in the pot. So it has a little bit of, it's 5 cups of water with a little bit of dill, a little bit of sage.